On Thursday, Hindenburg Research said that it held short positions in Block Inc., alleging that the Jack Dorsey-led payments firm overstated its user accounts and understated its customer acquisition costs. In a note published on its website, the short seller said, and I quote, "Our 2-year investigation has concluded that Block has systematically taken advantage of the demographics it claims to be helping." The US short seller said in its latest report that former Block employees estimated that 40% to 75% of accounts they reviewed were fake, involved in fraud, or were additional accounts tied to a single individual. Despite the string of bank failures in America, the US central bank has raised interest rates again despite fears that the move could add to financial turmoil. The Federal Reserve increased its key rate by 0.25 percentage points, calling the banking system sound and resilient. The US central bank announced on Wednesday that its benchmark interest rate would rise 0.25 percentage point to a range of 4.75% to 5%, its 9th consecutive rate rise and the highest rate since 2007. Yesterday, Lebanese security forces fired tear gas at hundreds of protesters, mostly retired members of the security forces who had gathered near government buildings in Beirut in anger over worsening economic conditions. A crowd yesterday gathered in the streets of central Beirut carrying Lebanon's tricolor or flags bearing the logos of security forces. Protests were called by retired soldiers and depositors who have had limited access to their savings after local banks imposed informal capital controls amid Lebanon's financial crisis, the worst in the country's modern history. On Wednesday, Britain's Prince William made an unannounced trip to Poland to thank British and Polish troops involved in providing support to Ukraine before meeting refugees who have fled the conflict with Russia to hear about their experiences. Prince William's office said that he travelled to Rzeszów in southeast Poland and speak to members of the Polish Defence Force and British troops based there. The British deployment in Poland is part of a NATO build-up of strength on its eastern flank following Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.